Stu and Dave Do America present Naked Female versus Belle.
Unfortunately, she survived.
I mean, unfortunately for her.
Yes.
Because it probably got a little rocky after that.
What is making the noise? It looks like her breasts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's surgery gone wrong.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
They can't. They're supposed to be soft and fluffy. They're not supposed to make noises like that against metal.
No, it's terrible. And everything is awful now.
It is.
Even breasts and bells.
They're even ruining them.
Yeah.
Which is sad. By the way, we have some another version of some plastic surgery we're going to talk about here in just a second. So let's get into it. Let's do the Wild Wild West. Welcome to Stu and Dave Do America. I'm Stu Bergier, along with Dave Landau.
Ahoy, we meet again.
The drama every day.
I know, I try to give a little pause.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know what's coming. Yeah. Even though it's just very similar on a daily basis.
It's what I do. I like to just keep people a little nervous.
A little bit. By the way, did I tell you, you know this, Dave, but I'm talking to the audience here, and that we're going to be doing an Off the Record tomorrow on BlazeTV.
Shut up.
Yeah, if you are a member of BlazeTV, you get to hang out with us, ask questions, yell insults, whatever you want to do. At blazetv.com/Stu and Dave. The code is Stu and Dave. You'll save $20 off your subscription and hang out with us tomorrow on Off the Record.
And you can ask us anything.
Yeah.
Anything, baby.
And now I can see the visuals. We've lost subscribers.
Did we just
in the
now?
last 5 seconds?
I can see that.
Half of our subscribers are now gone.
That's very fair.
Don't forget to, while you're signing up for things, go to predictableshow.com. Put your email in there. We'll give you access to the show Predictable with Stu, where we talk about prediction markets. You can make money on prediction markets. What does it mean for the news? We get into all of that. It's on YouTube as well at Predictable Show. And Dave Landau going to be all over the country, Dave. You got a lot of dates coming up here.
Oh, I do. This weekend, actually, come out. I'm in Greenwood, Indiana, just outside of Indianapolis. Come out to the show. It's going to be a good time. I'm at the Mad Hatter Event Center. Just come out. That's what I'm going to plug. Oh, and then comedy, just do that. And then I'll do one more. Hold on.
One more. Dave's going to pick one more select date for you.
May 22 and 23, Fort Worth, Texas. I'm going to be at the Red Room in Hyenas, where Stu was supposed to go, but instead he decided to break my heart. Where can they find you? They
can find me in Oklahoma somewhere at a baseball tournament for my son.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Actually going to be fun. It's going to be a fun weekend. Not as fun. I'm sure not as fun as Hyenas, the Red Room.
No, the Red Room in particular is going to be pretty fun.
Pretty fun. It actually will be, and I'm very disappointed I'm missing it. But I'm going to get the next one. Let me talk to you a little bit about our topic today, Dave, which is Spencer Pratt. You know who Spencer Pratt is, by any chance?
Yeah, I used to watch The Hills religiously.
You did?
No.
You actually had me going for a minute there. No, you did not?
No, I did not. I did remember the Heidi Spence thing, though.
Okay.
Once I asked you who he was, and you said The Hills.
Right.
I remember, Heidi Spence. That was a big thing.
We actually did have that conversation, and yet you still fooled me when you said you watched it religiously. I was like, oh, maybe he just forgot. I was with you. You took me on the journey, Dave.
I've always hated reality television.
I am with you on that. I don't think there are any examples of me getting into a reality show. I mean, there's a line, and we talked about this off the air a decent amount, in that we both really like documentaries. And there's a little bit of a gray area sometimes in between those two things.
Yeah.
But I never was big into the competition reality show thing. Maybe I watched the first season of like Survivor probably back in the day. There's I'm sure something, but not really my thing. I don't remember Spencer Pratt from the show, though the Heidi Montag name does ring a bell.
It does. I watched the first season-ish of The Real World, where the guy died of the AIDS bug. I don't know if he died that season, but he did die. And then I watched a little bit of The Surreal Life, because it was Dave Coulier and George Jefferson.
Wow.
And the tall woman who used to be married to Sylvester Stallone and Flava Flav.
Brigitte Nielsen.
Thank you. Good pull.
I'm a big Rocky fan, so.
I am too. Yeah.
anything we got to go on that. I'm not going to. I mean, her face. Also, a very good appearance in Creed 2.
Oh yeah, you're right.
She was very good in Creed 2.
I like the Creed series.
Yeah, I do too. I'm in.
I thought he was much better in those than Sinners, but he won the Oscar for Sinners.
Yeah, that one I didn't really get. Okay, so Spencer Pratt running for mayor of Los Angeles. He had a reality show thing. They were kind of like a hot reality show couple back in the day on the hills. And then he has now become, I guess, a Republican. He's running for... He doesn't. I don't know exactly. He's saying he's not a MAGA candidate. By the way, Spencer Pratt on why he's not a MAGA candidate, why he thinks he's similar to Obama. In a lot of areas of this country, this would not be a good argument to make to your voters. In Los Angeles, though, you have to kind of have that separation. And he's trying to run basically as just a common sense guy, a guy who lived in a house in the Palisades that burned to the ground. So now he is no longer living in a house in the Palisades because there's just a bunch of rubble there.
It's going to be tough, though, to win the votes in L.A. I mean, it's filled with... He wants to be true and authentic in a place that is just filled with environmentalists that own private jets. Do you think he can do it?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm interested enough. He's got my attention. I mean, he's running a really good campaign. It's going viral. A lot of people are talking about it. I will say, if he really wants to win in L.A., my first piece of advice, you got to go back to this hair. Dave, this is the way to go right here. Look at that.
That is solid.
That's solid 2000s hair right there.
Well, and I don't remember any time in our history where a reality TV host with ridiculous hair won an election and people got upset.
That's impossible. Could never occur.
No, would never happen.
Never.
People would probably just accept it.
Yeah. I'm sure.
And it wouldn't just be a bloodbath for years.
Right. She, by the way, is very, very pretty, well known as being a very beautiful internet personality, if you will.
One fine piece of ace.
That's not what I was...
That's what you
could describe it that way.
No, she and I once got it on.
Oh, really?
Right.
Really? What dream was this in?
All right. Well, her and a guy I know.
A guy, Spencer Pratt?
Yep.
Okay. Something like that. Anyway, so the Spencer... It's an interesting story we are probably not going to be privy to. So Spencer Pratt released this ad. He's married to Heidi Montag. She kind of famous for being very pretty, maybe having a bunch of... plastic surgery at times in her history, but that's very common for LA. Maybe
LA
probably wins votes in LA. Here is an ad just to give you a taste of this, Dave. I think he's done a really good job with these commercials. Watch.
This is where Mayor Bass lives. You notice something? Or here, where Nithya Raman's $3 million mansion sits. They don't have to live in the mess they've created where you live. This is where I live. They let my home burn down. I know what the consequences of failed leadership are. That's why I'm running for mayor. For my sons and the rest of us Angelinos that want to stop these corrupt politicians from destroying our city. We are going to get the golden age of Los Angeles back.
I mean, that's a pretty effective ad.
I think it's really good. Yeah. Little star wagon there that he's got.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it is effective ad.
Yeah.
It's what LA looks like, a lot of it at least.
A lot of it does.
And I think people can't really grasp, if you've never been to LA, what it looked like before, maybe 20 years ago, and what it looks like now after leadership has just failed it.
Yeah. It's a huge difference. And I think when you think about presidential elections or even Senate, right, where there's a lot of these big national issues at play, abortion or whatever, gun control. When you're talking about a mayoral election, it's really more about just your quality of life, right? You're not changing national abortion policy as mayor of Los Angeles, right? No. This is about, hey, they let your city burn to the ground when it was right next to the ocean.
Right.
What the hell?
I'm telling you, they didn't want to hurt the land by using ocean water.
Yeah.
While a fire ripped through your house and left you with nothing but a staircase.
Yeah.
No, it's true. And people also, it's important to vote locally for these kind of things because it actually affects your life more.
It does.
And I think if they really do wake up and vote for it, it'll be a good thing. I mean, I would like to see LA come back to something.
Yeah.
Because it's bad now. And I mean, the mayor's great. She was obviously at a wedding with Simba and Mufasa in God knows where in Africa. While wasn't that so weird? She's like, I'm just going to be in Uganda,
wasn't it?
Uganda, yeah. While it burns to the ground at Idi Amin's wedding.
I love the dictator poll. That's
Thank you.
Always a fan of dictators.
Well, you got to be a fan of them.
Yeah, I do. What was that? Last King of Scotland.
I only know it because it's a movie.
It is a very good movie.
Yes, it is.
He is Forrest Whitaker, incredible.
He is great. Couldn't hide the wonky eye, but still great.
It's still there. It's still there, but he was fantastic in that movie.
Yeah, he's amazing in it.
We used to do a segment on my old show, Wonderful World of Stew, which is now 2 shows ago. But it was called...
I've had so many as well.
Right. It happens. Dictator of the Week, where we would just go and like feature a different crazy dictator, all the nuts things that they did throughout. I love those things. Like the guy from Turkmenistan who like built a giant gold statue of himself that like rotates toward the sun and is always facing the sun all the time, which
really
is think to be the opposite of what you'd want if you're the statue, right? Like you're just looking into the sun all the time. Like
you're allowed to,
right? I guess because you can.
Yeah,
I love those stories. The dictators that go crazy because I don't have to live in those places and I have to experience them.
Oh yeah. Well, I saw the Book of Mormon play.
Okay. Yeah.
And the name's longer in it, but I actually looked up General Butt Naked and realized it was a guy.
Oh, really?
It was an actual guy.
I didn't know that.
They call it Butt Effing Naked in the show, but General Butt Naked was a real guy in Africa.
Really?
Yeah, dictator. Not friendly guy.
No, most dictators, they use the first syllable of that.
They seem
people.
to
They're
not
kind of not nice.
They don't have a lot of emotions, but they do love power and hurting people.
Yes, it's kind of consistent.
Yes.
Now, I would say you have a lot of leadership on the left that engages in such things, or at least is tempted to engage in them as much as they can, if they're not limited by the Constitution here in this country. Spencer Pratt trying to, I think, mix that up a little bit. I mean, because Gavin Newsom would absolutely be a dictator if he was king somewhere. Like,
he already is.
He already is, and he's in California. Right, like he's already doing it. He was doing it in San Francisco. He was doing it to his best friend's wife.
Yes,
that's what he does.
Yeah, he took $1.3 billion for homelessness, and we just watched how well that worked. Just going down the street,
and that is the type of stuff that Pratt's hitting on. Right, he's like, look. He's doing a lot of these AI videos. One of them, I don't know, some of them are official, some of them are just other people making them for him. So I'm not sure. But one of them had a woman who's like, I'm really excited now that Spencer Pratt's mayor because I walk down the street and when I step and poop, I don't have to guess if it's dog or human. Right? Like, what a great improvement to your life.
It's so strange because you think that the end of the world would have been more in the frog in the pot of water.
Yeah.
And it's not.
No.
It's just they turned it all the way up and thought we wouldn't notice.
Yeah. Honestly, that 2021 period, man, is something we will look back on. That whole peak woke George Floyd, like everyone just goes nuts. Like, sure, you're allowed to just go in and burn down police stations. Like, when did that start?
In a day they did. I think about that. It was way worse than 9/11. It was just the change because now we're still feeling the effects 6 years later.
Oh yeah.
In a way that now when they go, oh, there's hantavirus, I don't care. Even if you had the most effective vaccine, no one believes you because of how poorly you handled the last one.
They really did screw that up. And the woke period is absolutely tight sister with COVID, right? It's all started the increase in violence, all of that stuff is all an effect of that 1 6-month period, really.
Oh, yeah, and you still see people wearing the masks on planes. I traveled yesterday. There must have been 15 people.
Well, to be fair, on planes, Asians were doing it long before.
Well, they were pretty cool about it.
They were cool about it. They did not make you do it.
They were wearing the full Breaking Bad crystal meth suits when they would go on planes. It was pretty amazing.
Because they had SARS to deal with back in the day, so they were like masks already. They were ahead of us on that one.
Toronto was a problem with that. I'm pretty sure I got SARS in Canada.
Really?
Brought it back here.
Oh, thank you.
It was a long time ago.
Oh, it wasn't today?
No, it wasn't today. I don't think I have Hanta. I was in Philly. Everybody seemed all right. One lady had a cough I didn't care for.
We did a... I know, it's scary. We did a segment on hantavirus last week. And so, I don't know that we're going to cover it again today, but I was listening to them. They're like, well, they took all these people and they put them in the full bodysuits and they threw them on planes and they flew them all. And the process was incredible. Like they land a plane from a specific country. The people were on an island. They weren't able to leave the island until the plane arrived. They go country by country across to whatever, fly out. And then still on the way back, one of the French people got symptoms of hantavirus on the plane. On the plane.
Can't control it.
They don't know what they're doing. I'm
No,
scared.
the
I'm
world is
terrified.
shaking us up. Well, they don't want, the world does not want us here anymore.
No.
Sometimes I
Screwed
feel
it up.
like we think we know God's this guy with a beard, but it might just be the world.
Okay.
And he's
Tell
just
me more.
going like, you gotta go. Here's some volcanoes.
Yeah.
Here's a Hanta.
Get out.
You know?
Like you were the unwelcome house guests at the end of the party.
Yes, we are.
Please get out of
Like,
here.
look, look, the bar's closing.
Yeah.
I let you finish your drink. It's now 10 minutes past.
Maybe this was what the Semisonic song, Closing Time, was about back
Yes,
in
it was.
It
What a great song, too. That's never annoying.
No, not at all.
We always love hearing it when a bar is closing and don't at all want to hurt someone.
Very novel. I mean, who would have thought? Because that song is talking about leaving a bar, and then they play it at the end of the bar, Dave. That's how it's unique and interesting.
Yeah, how many fat girls are like, now it's your time to shine, Deborah, just waiting. Just sitting at the end of the bar the second that song starts. Like,
Many.
Here, I know a lot.
Many.
And many times I was the man who approached them.
Yes, maybe several at a time.
That's right.
Let me show you this other ad, Dave, because you thought that last ad from Spencer Pratt was pretty effective, right?
I did.
Let me give you a more effective ad.
Okay.
This is more likely to get him elected than the previous ad that he created. This is a union-funded anti-Spencer Pratt ad, which is sparking backlash as critics say it could help him. I want you to watch this ad. This seriously could have been made by the Pratt campaign. Watch.
Republican Spencer Pratt is the last thing Los Angeles needs for mayor. Pratt opposes using taxpayer money to build brand new houses for our unhoused neighbors, saying it's time for the homeless to get help or get out.
Oh.
Pratt thinks LA needs thousands more police officers rather than more social workers. And
dear.
Republican Spencer Pratt thinks public employee unions should have less power, not more. LA is on the right track and needs
What?
to stay the course. Vote no on Republican Spencer Pratt.
So he doesn't want to take taxpayer dollars to build homes, beautiful multi-million-dollar homes by the pictures for homeless people.
Right.
He wants more police. He doesn't want to give more power to unions. I mean, like, this is like Spencer Pratt's like, yeah, I approve this message. What do I have to say to run this ad myself?
He doesn't want social workers. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because this was like 5 years ago, and they said they're going to send in social workers, and I wrote some sketches that I wish we had shot, but it was just like the show Cops, but it was called Social Workers, and it was them showing up to different houses and immediately being killed by whoever the problem was.
Well, it's time to bring him back.
I know,
We
I need to
this.
do it. I completely forgot about how they said that, where it's like, we're just going to send in social workers. Yeah, do that. That's going to stop the crime.
Right. And-
Listen, we've spent over $1 billion of your dollars on tents. Do you want these homes? We use the term unhoused. That way it sounds nicer.
It does sound nicer.
Is that
As if
not the
something just
worst?
happened? You know who's unhomed is Spencer Pratt. You let his home burn to the ground. That's unhoused.
Yeah, there's so much homelessness in California that the multimillionaires don't have them either. Way to go, Gavin Newsom. Way to go.
Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass working together on that. It's fascinating. And the idea of pulling the police officers for the social workers, the reason why you forgot about that, Dave, is because there was an intentional effort to make people forget about it. Like, they have not talked about that in years because it was such a disaster with the American people. And now these idiots are bringing it back right before an election.
It's the stupidest thing imaginable. I forgot, and I'm glad that they mentioned it again. You're right. That's actually a better ad than his ad. Right. He should just let them do it for him.
Yes. He should just take the ad and run it, and at the end put, I'm Spencer Pratt, and I approve this message, and
Yes.
call it a day.
Yeah.
Why spend money on production?
Yeah, he cares about homeless people. He wants police to show up if you need them.
Yeah.
He's a real dick. Spencer Pratt.
I'd vote for that guy in a second.
heartbeat.
A guy you mentioned I would not vote for, Gavin Newsom. No. Now, Gavin has a fascinating way of doing business. Stunningly, and I've noticed this over and over again, it appears that the things that he does tend to benefit his political allies and people that give him money. It's shocking how that just keeps working out that way. I don't know how.
It's strange. It's almost like he's taking huge amounts of money. You would almost consider it like a bribe.
Yeah, yes. I mean, that's obviously not what we're saying.
No,
we're not saying that's happening in every one of these circumstances all the time. But what we are saying is
Wildly rich.
It's kind of...
Wes makes way more money than he does on paper somehow.
But these things, some like gambling winnings.
Sure,
he
it's like
might have gone to Vegas, and
then you can write off what you gave them.
Right, something like that. Gavin Newsom is launching a new program to provide free diapers to newborns in the state. Now, how could you oppose something like that? Only a bastard like Spencer Pratt probably would oppose that particular program.
Well, sure, yeah. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the problem?
What's the problem, right? Because having free diapers for kids sounds wonderful, right?
It does, but I'm guessing that they cost three times as much as buying them at the store.
You're almost exactly right.
So even poop can't afford housing.
Right.
This is great.
That's right.
What a winner.
As well. Gavin Newsom's $20 million diaper deal, torn apart with shocking figures. Peak stupidity is the quote. You're guessing.
I was guessing.
Listen to this. 100,000 babies, 400 diapers each. That's 40 million diapers. $20 million divided by 40 million is 50 cents per diaper.
Okay.
You can walk into any Costco in California and buy the same diapers for 12 cents.
It's much higher than I thought.
Yeah, well, it's 12 to 15.
Okay.
So it's still
gotcha,
more than 3 times, but only... or it's almost 4 times.
4 times almost, yeah.
Yeah, so it depends on how you're looking at that.
Wow, he is saving you money.
He really is.
By charging you 4 times for the diaper cost.
Exactly.
And then you can get them for free. Yes, we took it out of your taxes, but they're free.
Yeah. Sure. Then you have this. Gavin Newsom under fire for the $20 million diaper deal tied to wife-linked nonprofit network. Interesting.
Oh, that's strange.
What a surprise. You have to just say from a stance of just being fortunate and things falling in the right place. What a great thing that all of this extra money that's going to this organization just happens to benefit his wife.
Right. It's almost like it's racketeering.
Right. It's like, almost like that.
Yeah.
In every single case.
In the sense that it is.
In the sense that it is exactly that in all circumstances. I will say there is a slight improvement you can point to here, which is at least he's doing something nice for his wife and not sleeping with his best friend's wife, which is a new piece of process here.
It's a nice thing to do for Mother's Day. It's like, my new scheme? Happy Mother's Day?
Yeah, it's actually working out. Let me give you some of the details on this from Peachy Keenan on Twitter. You're not going to believe this, but Gavin Newsom's new free diapers program is yet another corrupt NGO money laundering operation. Kelly Sawyer runs Baby to Baby, an LA charity that provides baby gear to poor mothers. If you go to an LA private school, you get solicited to donate it to it every year, and I have. Newsom announced he's giving $20 million to Baby to give new mothers free diapers. Only he's not giving it directly to mothers in the form of supermarket vouchers or gift cards. He can't do that because then Kelly Sawyer's Hollywood producer husband, James Patrikoff, wouldn't be able to funnel this money back into Newsom's presidential campaign. Jamie, you see, is one of the top donors and campaign bundlers for the Democrats in California. He's the son of venture capitalist Alan Patrikoff, one of the biggest bundlers for the Clintons. Jamie took over for Alan, who is 94. Newsom is giving $20 million of our money to his close pals, the Patrikoff's pet nonprofit. How much is going to get kicked back to Newsom's campaign? How much do they get? The plan is more full of poop than a newborn's Huggies, says Peachy Keenan.
Wow, somebody lived in 94 who did illicit stuff for the Clintons?
Yeah, it is actually shocking.
Isn't it?
For them.
Wow, they must really be good at keeping their mouths shut.
Did he create a force field? How does that
I was going to say, there's a lot of suicides going awry in that situation.
It does happen.
I'm sorry, unalives, or whatever you have to say on the internet now, because we're all...
Right. You can say that, apparently. That word is fine.
Well, that's true.
That's fine. It is weird.
It's the same as unhoused. Oh,
Yes.
he was unalived. Oh, was he? Was he unalived from the ceiling fan, and I have to identify the body? I'm so glad you didn't say killed himself. That would have really ruined my Sunday.
You should know now, Dave, when people want to kill themselves, they get naked and go inside of bells and bounce back and forth.
That's right.
Off the metal with their
blood
breasts.
rushes to their heads.
That's the new way of doing it.
Well, yeah, or the breasts that no one wants to touch.
No.
It hasn't in probably a very long time.
Because I would imagine they probably don't stay the same nice softness. They probably go it's like bread. Bread comes to you by nice and soft, and then it turns into that crunchy crouton type.
Yeah, it's no good.
This is such a stupid
show. Softballs. It's a good show.
It's a good show.
Good show.
A good show.
Your softball bell ringing nips.
Okay, the roast of Kevin Hart. I want to talk to you about it because I'm interested in your take in particular on this. I feel like it's a really unique cultural phenomenon. We'll talk about that here in a second. So last night was the roast of Kevin Hart, part of this Netflix is a Joke festival that goes on every year or two. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's every year, but it's seemingly every couple of years.
Yes.
And they have tons of, like every, comedy club has something going on. Theaters all have something going on around the city. It's not really a festival in that like you can go to an area and walk around. It's like just all over the city. There's lots of shows.
Right. And
the big finale to this is the roast. They did Tom Brady last time, famously.
Yes, they did.
It was, unbelievable how much crap he took for that.
He did.
Talking about his wife and his kids and his, affairs. And it was a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
It was really brutal. He came out in the middle of he was the first person who came out in this roast because he later said he regretted it for even participating because, how his kids viewed it. And, it was tough, but he came out for this one again and then roasted Kevin Hart as like the first person out.
Right.
What's interesting about this, Dave, is it kind of is.
Like half these people is what's cool.
Almost all of them.
Yeah.
I was looking at the people on stage. These are people I've heard you talk about and tell their personal secrets. You always like,
of course, I like to share
all the things that they've done, illicit things off the camera.
I am like a vault, except if the vault was wide open.
Right, wide open, easily
like
accessible.
Al Capone's vault, nothing left in it.
Yeah, it's just open.
Yep.
Good old Geraldo way.
That's right.
Old Geraldo.
The Geraldo Rivera of secrets.
There's just like a piece of paper, an old water bottle.
Yeah, this is good.
So this goes on yesterday. There was one moment that was sort of controversial with conservative audiences in particular, which was Pete Davidson, who made a very harsh Charlie Kirk joke. Obviously, this is only a few months ago. It's still pretty raw for people who cared about Charlie Kirk.
Sure.
Not to mention everything that poor Erica has had to go through after that situation. So, people are critical of that. But as a comic, you're doing this for a living. You say terrible things about people all the time.
Yes.
Not necessarily.
Mostly myself.
Right. Mostly you. But you say it about other people as well. And a lot of times it's not even because you have any animosity toward the person. You're just making a joke. Like if you are a person who cares about, Charlie Kirk or any of the other figures they made fun of last night, how do you put that into perspective? It should just be something that people are allowed to do, right?
Well, Charlie Kirk, who used his picture that South Park had of him as his avatar on his socials, I think would approve.
Yeah.
Also, Pete's dad was killed in 9/11.
Right.
He was a firefighter, and there were plenty of jokes made at that expense at every single roast, including if your Tony Hinchcliffe said to him, if your dad could see you now, he'd be rolling in his rubble.
He did say that.
So, yes, it's a tasteless joke made at somebody, but I don't. Of course, it's too soon. It's too this year, and that's why it works and it's effective. And honestly, he probably didn't write it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well,
yeah. A lot of jokes are written for people. But realistically, I think the idea of giving him heat for that, and to our own audience and people that like Charlie, let it go. Honestly, is my opinion. You can be offended by it, but then are you going to be offended every time somebody makes it's a joke? And I don't think the man himself would be bothered by that at all. In fact, he would defend his right to say it.
Yeah, he probably would. It's his wife probably and his family don't need more stuff like that to go through. So I can see why you'd be sensitive on it, maybe. But honestly, this is what a roast is.
Well, there's a good chance his kids will grow up to be funnier than Pete.
Yeah.
But see, it's a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke.
I don't mean it. It's fun.
Yeah.
So it's... I don't think it's a big deal.
No. So you had that going on. By the way, I mean, the people on stage, a lot of them, you really do know. Tony Hinchcliffe.
I know Tony, I know Shane, I know Jay. When Jay said Chelsea Handler's here instead of Nikki Glaser because it's her week with the substance, it was just so. And she got brought on by Shane saying, speaking of shrimps and mouths, Chelsea Handler went to dinner on Epstein Island in 2010. Please welcome Chelsea Handler. But I have to say, Tony killed it.
Oh my God, he is so good at it. He's so good.
It was one after the other, and I gotta say, I think he's becoming one of the greats.
He is. He is legitimately. He's going to be on every one of those now. Because he has a different style to him than a lot of the other people do. It's so fast. There are times when he's saying jokes, and I'm like 2 jokes ago, still trying to wait. What did that mean? And he just keeps firing them at you constantly. He's really good.
He has a great way too of doing something that would work in the 70s and would only work on Netflix because it's depending on language.
Right.
And one that I loved that would have been funny in any generation was This One Woman's Here Because of One Battle After Another, or as Lizzo calls it, Stairs.
I mean, I
was laughing for 2 minutes.
That's an unbelievable joke.
It was perfect. There was no fat. It was no fat, ironically, but it was a perfect joke where I'm like, that is the best way to do a roast joke.
Yes. And Lizzo was laughing there
She's
and
dying
laughing. She's dying laughing
Yeah.
at all the fat jokes that she got.
Oh, and she was a great sport.
She was. That's what you have to be in those things.
And
though.
she was genuine, though. You could tell she was really finding it funny.
Yes, I think so too. And she was, again, they have celebrities who come in and do it. Tom Brady did part of it. Draymond Green did part of it.
Right.
Either hit or miss. She was, again, kind of fun. She's not a comic, but she was reading lines, obviously written for her, but was having fun with it. And she was kind of fun. I liked her after it. But this is one of the things, and just to show consistency on this stuff, when Tony Hinchcliffe was at the MSG rally during the election, this was our defense. At the time, I'm sure you said the same thing. He's a roast comedian. Yes, he made fun of Puerto Rico. He did that because that's what he does. And you're supposed to understand it's a joke and get over it. And it's not supposed to be some international incident or controversy. It's a joke. And that's, again, what I would say here. It's tough to hear that stuff sometimes, but it's not tough to hear it when they're making fun of Chelsea Handler or any of the other people on stage. It's just that this is a person you like, so it's a little bit harsher. But generally speaking, you just got to roll with it.
Right, and you would have seen Rickles at a Reagan,
Oh yeah.
But with Rickles, you didn't necessarily know his politics. Mm-hmm. You really still don't even know. I mean, with a lot of these guys, they voted for Trump or whatever. But
a lot of them did. I mean, Chelsea Handler is certainly the exact opposite of that.
No, but I think she definitely wasn't the best of comics, and you felt that last night when they all got a chance to pay her back.
How much of that stuff is real?
With Chelsea, I think a lot. Well, that was venomous to the point that I loved it.
Yeah,
I mean, some people thought it was mean, but boy, when you can come back at somebody who never gave you an opportunity when they could have, that's kind of a thing of beauty.
Because I as a person just who only takes that stuff in as a consumer, you're creating it. I'm taking that stuff in as a consumer. Some of that stuff is so mean and so harsh that it feels like you could only say it to someone that you hated. But when you talk about that, none of those people hate Lizzo. None of those people hate Draymond Green.
Not at all.
But there are harsh jokes toward them. How do you know the difference with some of it being real and not real?
Well, there's a difference between going what Lizzo calls stairs versus Chelsea didn't have her eggs frozen. They've just been stuck in a cold, frigid bitch. It's pretty personal.
That's true. Although I will say some of the Kevin Hart stuff was that harsh. It wasn't just stairs level.
Well,
some of it was really, really harsh toward him.
Cat Williams was harsh because he was being honest, though, which is what Cat's known for. Well, he came out and said immediately that this is essentially a ceasefire, and he does not like Kevin. He's always had a beef with him. He thinks he's the most overrated comic in the world, and it was hilarious.
It was real.
It was so funny, though. He's like, he doesn't allow the N-word on Netflix. He goes, and that word is no. And then he named 7 of his movies that are terrible. It was great. It was fun. And you could tell that was Cat being a professional, though. He wasn't being cruel to him.
Right.
But he was being honest in the sense of, I don't really like you, but I am here for the money.
Right.
And he said it immediately.
Exactly. Is there a line like on that stuff? Because I noticed one, I think it was Tony maybe, that said, hey, I know we're not supposed to talk about your kids today, and then made a very light touch kids joke, really, that wasn't about the kids. Do they have those sorts of lines when you go into an event like that?
I think that one is walking the line. I personally think you should never do it about kids. Mm-hmm. That's just always been my line. But I think when you go into a roast, you kind of just end up with what you get.
Is that a precondition, though?
No. I mean, well,
I heard with,
you can, yes.
Because I heard with Tom Brady, initially he was requesting they didn't talk about his wife and his kids.
And they did.
They did.
And there was another thing that he requested that they also talked about, from what I understand.
Yes, there were.
Yeah. There is a part of that, but the problem is when you tell comics not to do something, their first inkling is to do it.
And it's live.
Yes. So that's the worst part, because if you do it, if you did it on Comedy Central, they would just cut it out.
Right.
And the guy would hate you forever, but no one would really know why. Now in real time, you know why they hate you. Because you insulted the one thing that they hold sacred.
Right.
But it is kind of fun to dismantle that sacred cow.
Yeah, because I mean, like with Kevin Hart, they were talking about his dad abandoning him. Like, yes. It was really, at times, really personal.
That's what Kat said. He goes, the only two people who seem to have figured out that Kat's worthless is me and his father.
All right, we got to take a break. I want to come back on the other side here because actually, you should know this. If you watch this show, maybe you watched a particular sketch that Dave put together. It was very, very funny. It got pulled from the internet. We'll tell you why next.
In the arms of an Aryan, far away from here, in your fortified compound, and no colored folks that you fear.
Hi, I'm Sarah McLaughlin. Will you be an angel for a helpless white supremacist? Every day, white people are employed, married, and raising children. And they're fine. But it's the racists who need our help. Please, call the number on your screen with a monthly gift today. For only $18 a month, 60 cents a day, you'll provide white nationalists with event coordination, funding, tiki torches, and khakis. Lots and lots of khakis. But most importantly, you'll have the villain you need to be the hero in your narcissistic liberal fantasy world. Call or join online in the next 30 minutes, and you'll receive a photo of an extremist who's been given a second chance, thanks to you. Please call right now. There's a white supremacist who needs you. But let's be honest, you need him more.
It's powerful. I just made a donation myself.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
It won me over.
We're trying to keep it strong.
You are. Now, unfortunately, your fundraising may be suffering a bit because this happened. We've removed your post. Stu and Dave Do America, the SPLC needs you now more than ever. Consider donating today. Has been removed. Why? Because the post may contain symbols, glorification, or support of people and organizations we define as dangerous.
Now, I think they might be referring to the swastikas, which, by the way, thank you for letting us use your office. But
the color scheme works nicely.
It does. I mean, I have to admit, the red really ties it. The Mein Kampf book ties the room together. But apparently, I explained when I asked them to put it back, it was parody. We weren't really actually giving money to white supremacists,
right.
Nor were we playing fetch with a Klansman, a walking one. believe it or not, that was a bald cap.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not actually bald?
I know, it was tough to tell.
Oh, I thought it was fake hair you were putting on every day.
Yes.
You're actually, no, okay.
Right, that it seems so real.
It did.
That it's hard to tell that it was parody. It's not the first time either. The last time, this was years ago, Quarter Black Garrett and I, we did one called Man Packs Pearl Harbors, and it was men were saying they were having periods.
Okay.
So it was me standing there, so my white pants are soaked in blood, and
Obviously.
I'm like, it's only 9 a.m. and I've already had to throw away furniture, and just saying,
Obviously. But you say these things as if they're shocking, but obviously that's
Right,
what you were
the
doing.
way people would talk. And he's like, well, I got something for you. Man Packs Pearl Harbors. And then like a Pearl Harbor tampon comes in and blows up and my pants are white again.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, Man Packs Pearl Harbor, they're the bomb. And there's a lot more jokes in there that are just filled with men menstruating.
Right, yes. Mhm.
It went viral. It actually got aired in England on a TV show because they thought it was a real commercial in America for men tampons.
Oh, my God.
So it was all over, and then it got pulled down for the same thing, for basically inciting hate towards a group.
Maybe they just don't like red. Maybe it's just too much
It
red.
could be red.
They just don't like
the
color.
one line, what my favorite line was, you can just jam it down your dick hole against God's will.
What could possibly be seen as offensive from that?
But even if it's offensive,
Yes.
what could be
It's
taken
the internet.
seriously
Right. No,
about that?
yeah, you can't. You can't.
And that's what sucks is even this is, if you actually break this down, it's 100% what they did.
But this is what I'm saying is the other one, as far as I know, there's not a company advocating that activity, right? Like as far as jamming things in places they shouldn't go.
No, you're supposed to freeze V8 into special ice cube trays and put it up there and follow it with it. I found this out last week.
Please don't tell me any more about the story.
Yeah, this
you're
is a
telling
real
me.
thing. Yeah.
Can I know less? You know that whole thing, you need to know more, and like the little swirl would go
Yeah.
up for the after school specials. I want to know less from you.
No, I really do think ignorance is bliss.
It really is great.
I wish that this was fake. This is a real thing.
I would love to believe that you're just making a ridiculous sketch about fake Nazis. But what actually happened here, what they're saying here is the post may contain symbols, glorification, and support of people and organization we define as dangerous. That did happen. You're depicting an actual thing that occurred, which was the SPLC giving money to, they really were supporting dangerous organizations.
Right.
You're parodying that action.
Did you know
you didn't do it?
Right. Did you know that the tiki torch actually wasn't even a symbol of hate until the SPLC got involved?
They did it. These poor tiki torch companies were like, hey, that'll be nice. It'll be like almost like a luau on your back porch.
And there'll be no mosquitoes.
There'll be no mosquitoes.
The only people buying them was Margaritaville and your aunt. That was it.
Everything was going fine for these people. There's like a little torch that cost them like 18 cents to produce, and they're selling them for like $9.99, $15.99. Now they've screwed that up because of the people in Charlottesville and the SPLC.
And now you will never see someone buying one for that reason.
Yeah.
Because like, well, if somebody sees us at the register, honey, they're gonna think we don't like black people.
Right? That's true. That is what they will think.
But I get bit by mosquitoes.
That was when I really realized that Bud Light had a problem. I was over a friend's house, and everyone's just drinks and like, what do you got for beer? And he opens up his his little drawer and has a bunch of beers in there. He pulls out, I got Miller Lite, I got IPA, and I got Bud Light. And everyone's like, oh, Bud Light, huh? Oh, and I was like, oh my God, these people, I'm selling stock right now. How do I short Bud Light stock for the next 6 months? It was like, oh my, that's what it was. And you notice that people wouldn't order it.
Oh, if you were drinking a daiquiri, it would have been better.
Yes.
They immediately called Shane Gillis and Post Malone and were like, can you make us straight again? But who's sitting there looking at, it's a working man's beer. Oh, I'll tell you who it was. It was that lady who was like a Harvard grad.
Oh, yeah.
Who came in and said, we have to be more broad. And by that, I mean a man who's trying to be abroad.
Right. Well, it is a new audience.
Yeah.
We do have to take a break. We'll be back in a second. Join us on Blaze TV. Also, a new episode of PredictableShow.com is going on today. And see Dave Landau. DaveLandau.com for tickets. We'll see you tomorrow.